Hello, backpackers. This is Juan from Juan Backpacks. Today, we're here to answer a burning question in backpacking. What's more important, total pack weight or base weight? Good question, right? Well, before we dive into it, let's go ahead and just define each one of those. Let's define what base weight is, and let's define what total pack weight is. You'll see some variation to the definition I give you, but that's okay. I mean, there's a little bit of variation out there, but I just want you to get this concept that I'm about ready to deliver to you, I think. So your base weight is everything that's in your pack, hanging off of your pack, in a pocket in your pack, minus consumables. Which consumables are the food in your bear can or in your food bag, the fuel, the water that's in your water bottle. Those are all consumables, and so they're not included typically in your base weight, but it's everything else is your base weight that's in your pack, hanging off your pack, in a pocket in your pack. Okay. So with that in mind, that base weight can fall into a category of light or ultralight, or it could be heavier, right? Ultralight is typically defined as 10-pound base weight or under. So if your base weight, everything minus consumables, is 10 pounds or under, then you're ultralight. And then light is typically considered 25 pounds to that 10-pound mark where it becomes ultralight. Some people define light as 20 to 10, but I've seen 20, I've seen 25, so I'm going to just say 25 to 10 is light. Anything above that is just, I guess, backpacking, right? Normal backpacking. So that's how you define base weight, and that's kind of the categories your base weight can fall into. Now let's jump over to total pack weight. Total pack weight is everything that's in your pack, hanging off your pack, in a pocket in your pack, everything, including your consumables, including your food that's in your bear can, including your fuel, including the water that's in your liter water bottles or whatever you're carrying. So that's your total pack weight. So if you took your pack fully loaded with your food, your water, your fuel, and you hung it up on a scale and you weighed it, that's going to be your total pack weight. So which one is more important? The base weight mark or the total pack weight mark? I believe for the practical purpose of backpacking, I believe that total pack weight is the most important thing. You should think about the total pack weight you want to have or that you can tolerate for the number of days you're going to be out, for the distances that you want to cover, for the terrain that you want to cover, that you typically backpack in. Think about what your total comfortable weight should be, and then begin to build your base weight to match that, right? To kind of conform to that ideal total pack weight. I could say to myself, hey, I'm fine with a total pack weight of 40 pounds, right? That gives me a lot of leeway in my base weight. Me personally, I like a total pack weight based on experience. A lot of hiking that I do is in the Sierra or in the mountainous areas of Pennsylvania. And in those areas, I find personally that I want to have a total pack weight. I prefer a total pack weight of 25 pounds. That's my preference or less. That's, everything. I will, though, bump up to 30 pounds, but that's my absolute highest. I prefer the 25-pound total pack weight, but I will go to 30-pound total pack weight when I have to carry a lot more food for a certain situation, when I'm doing more days. Like when I'm out there at about 9 days of food, I'm probably going to push, even with an ultralight base weight, I'm probably going to push that 30-pound mark with food, water, and fuel. So why is that important? I think, again, because, think about the number of days you're going to be out, typically. Think about how the distance you're going to go, and think about the weight that you want to the total weight that you want to be carrying on your back for those distances, for those days. and that can really help you a lot. And experience helps too. Like you'll get to know like how much you can carry, you want to carry, what loads give you more trouble. But I also then conform myself to the packs that work at those weights too. So my two ultralight backpacks work best at 30 pounds and under. They definitely shine at around 25 pounds. But I've done that on purpose because I know that 30 pounds is the max I want to carry and 25 pounds is where I really want to be day in and day out or less. So let's take a look at an example of how this total pack weight concept works. So I'm going to go do the High Sierra Trail in July. And I had this in my head because I've got to carry 9 days of food. I'm probably not going to be able to hit that 25 total pack weight. I'm probably going to have to be around that 30-pound total pack weight. And again, I've configured my base weight to be able to hit that mark. So how did I do that? Well, my base weight for the High Sierra Trail, with a little bit of heavier gear that I normally carry, because I'm carrying a 2-person tent, which is 10 ounces heavier than my 1-person tent because my son's going with me and I want to carry the tent for both of us. I'm carrying a bear can, which is typically not part of my base weight, but it's required in the Sierra. So it is part of my base weight, the actual weight of the bear can. So that makes it a little bit higher. And I'm taking a tenkara rod and some gear, so that makes my base weight a little bit higher. But my base weight, even with those kind of extras in there for the High Sierra Trail, is 13.4 pounds. So about 13.25 pounds. So when I add my 9 days of food to that, because again, it takes about 7 days to do the trail. We're going to take a on-trail 0. We're going to do a Nero another day to give time for fishing. So so it's really an 8-day trip then, but I always like carrying 1 extra day of food in case we have to get hung up before we, like say we can't summit Whitney because of weather the day that we're there, we would have enough food to wait an extra day to be able to still summit Whitney before exiting out the portal. And so I built in 1 extra day of food because of that scenario. So I know that I'm going to carry 9 days of food. I know that typically my food per day is about 1.25 pounds. So that puts me at 11.25 pounds added on to my base weight of 13.4. I know that I'm going to take a fuel canister just like this one, and I'm going to say it's a half a pound, like 8 ounces, but I think it's a little bit under that. But we'll call it, a half a pound added to that total weight. And then the water I'm going to carry, I've already included the weight of the bottles in my base weight, but once I put water in here, each liter is going to weigh 2 pounds. So I've carried 2 liters of water, typically max. So I'll be carrying 4 pounds of water, absolute max, when I'm out there. So I add those things on to my base weight, which is 11.25 of food, a half a pound fuel canister, and then 4 pounds of water. I get 29.15 pounds is my total pack weight for that trip. And that's within my 30-pound. That's the absolute most I ever want to carry. And that's under different scenario, like a different scenario where I'm carrying a little bit bigger tent than I would if I was backpacking myself, carrying a fishing rod, which if I was doing a long hike, I wouldn't be doing that. And obviously in the Sierra, again, I got to have the bear can, which is included in my base weight. So that's not bad. That's that's under 30 pounds for a 9-day trip with all the gear I need to stay really comfortable. So let's use another example now with my gear. And how this works. Most of the time, if I'm just carrying a food bag and say 4 to 5 days of food, my total pack weight is going to be 25 pounds or less. I did a winter trip a few weeks ago, several weeks ago, and I was at 11.5 base weight, and I only had to carry 2 days of food, and I was really under 20 pounds because I only need 1 liter of water because there's lots of water around. I was under 20 pounds the entire trip for the 2 days that we were out there. So is base weight important? It is, but you use that to set you use your total pack weight that you want to carry comfortably to drive what your base weight needs to be. again, maybe I'm only a weekend backpacker and I know that I'm only going to carry 3 or 4 days of food. So maybe I'm okay with 30 pounds and maybe I just carry heavier gear and don't spend as much money, right? And I have a little bit higher base weight because it doesn't matter because I'm hitting my total pack weight anyway because I don't do 10-day stretches, right? So again, think about, how far you're going to go, how many days you're going to go without resupply, how many miles you're going to go, what kind of terrain you're going to cover, and set that total pack weight and then start setting up your base weight to be able to get you there. Now, again, I'm an ultralight backpacker because I like doing longer through hikes and I like traveling in the Sierra, at least once a year. And I just function better when I'm at lower total pack weights. So for me to have an ultralight base weight really gives me flexibility. It also, when I'm on a weekend trip, honestly, having a lower base weight and having that in my head know what my total pack weight can be, like at 25 pounds, that means if I'm doing a weekend trip, I can actually take a lot of extra gear beyond my base weight with me. If I want to take a chair, which I don't, but if I wanted to, I could. If I wanted to take something wacky, or more fishing gear, I could take it and I could still be at my 25-pound comfort weight that I like, my total pack weight that I like. So again, I think that you first think about what your total pack weight needs to be or you want it to be, and then build your base weight around that, knowing like how much water you might typically carry, knowing what your typical food carry is going to be, and then set your base weight. So again, that might save you money on gear because if you can have a higher base weight, because you only do, like I said earlier, you only do a few days, that's a win right there. That's a win right there. So anyway, base weight, total pack weight. Tell me what you think. I think it's total pack weight. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Total pack weight or base weight? What's more important? Until next time, get out there, do some backpacking, see some stuff, do some hiking, and I will see you on my next video.